Ronnie O'Sullivan has never been behind at any point in the World Championship. Coming into this final session, he leads by 4 frames. He needs 3 to reach the final. He's going to get us underway. The crowd are going to have to settle.
Thank you. Put your cameras away now, please. Frame 25, Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
A hush descends over the crucible. Let's see what this afternoon has in store for us.
Plenty, I would suggest. Well, what about that for a break-off shot? You can see the time there. It's just over 7 hours playing time for these two boys. 7 hours, 6 minutes. Great break-off shot. Into the side of the pack here, just below the pink. I think he's hit the pink.
Foul and a miss.
No, that will go back.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 6.
Well, wonderful reception these two boys got. And, well, if you can't get yourself up after that, what's the point?
Yes, I'm sure a lot of people here are hoping it's going to be close. Although some of the more die-hard O'Sullivan fans, I'm sure, will be hoping he runs away with it. Jan Verhaas operating the screen there just to make sure it all goes back in the right place.
Okay, thank you.
There's the still frame. Just needs a touch more left-hand side on this cue ball here to get below the pink. Ooh, doesn't want to slide off these. He's gone too far now. Well, he's massively overcompensated, but well, the miss has been called again. But Ronnie has a shot on here, and he has a slight angle on this red to get out for the black. That was a big mistake there from the young man. And if Ronnie can get onto the black here, it could be very costly. He might screw back for the black into the same corner. A bit surprised he played it that way. I thought he might have played on the black into the same corner, but he hasn't left anything on. Well, as we've already mentioned, it's imperative that just gets off to a fast start here. If Ronnie wins the first couple of frames, it's all over really.
Yes, O'Sullivan has scored heavily when he's had his chances in this match. No centuries, but 10 half centuries. Trump's had 1 century and 3 half centuries, so O'Sullivan has scored the heavier. There you see the highest breaks, but they don't tell the whole story.
This might be the time though, David, for Judd just to break out here a little bit and really have a go. He's very capable of winning this match from here.
Well, this is a cracking start, and now he's got in, he's got to try and do some real damage.
Well, I think he's gone too far for that red on the right-hand side. I thought he might be playing on the one that's a little bit further up the table, but, well, he's not on that. That's a bad shot, really. Could have put the white anywhere but there. Well, I don't know whether he'll be tempted with the cut into the middle. Well, it's a little bit annoying for a player, especially when you've potted a great red like that to get in and then just play a slightly careless positional shot. He might just die for safety. This is obviously the session, really, David, that Judd cannot afford to push the boat out too much. He's got to be restrained, you know, have a lot of restraint, really, in the session with Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Well, he can't leave O'Sullivan anything because he's a good front runner. He's playing well enough, we know that, to take the match out, needing maybe just 3 chances this afternoon. He needs 3 frames, so I agree, he can't leave him anything.
And you want to get this match out of the way early and prepare for the final tomorrow. Let's not forget, because when you're at the top of the draw, you had that evening session off. Whereas, of course, you know, the other two boys will be sort of battling away. They could have a very light night, and it does make the difference once you need to rest. It's like he's taking this one on, stunning over for the black here. Great shot.
Well, we wondered 2 weeks ago when this championship began how Ronnie O'Sullivan was going to play. Well, we found out. Brilliantly is the answer. And really disciplined as well. There was one incident last night where Michaela Tabb spoke to him about what she construed as an obscene gesture, but that's the only slip on the table in the whole championship.
Eight.
And
even after that, he got his head down and won the last frame of the night.
Yeah, let's not forget this guy's been out for, what, 11 months? Match practice-wise, and we know that he's been travelling around the country and practising with certain players, but sometimes you do need that match practice for the edge.
Nine.
Well, we did say before he came here that if he won this title, it would be incredible, really, coming back after that time, but it's becoming a reality now. He's 3 frames away from tomorrow's final, and of course, going into that final, he would be a very strong favourite.
15.
Well, he's won all 4 of his previous finals here at this great venue, Crucible Theatre in Sheffield.
60. $22. $23.
Well, I wonder actually if he's on one here at all, because the blue's blocking the path into this corner. Can he get through to this one? He might not be able to. He's got one to the green pocket, he's got one to the left middle, but I'm sure he was expecting to be on something a little bit easier than this. What do you call tough to this man? He knocks them in for fun. Not this time, though. He was a little bit unlucky there with the split. In fact, where he actually left them, they weren't too bad, except the one that was over that corner pocket. So another chance here then for Judd. But it's a little bit crowded down at this end.
Yellow.
They need to be sorted out, but at least he's got the chance. And this is the sort of situation where he needs to try and kill the frame in one visit if he can. He's not on the intended red, but I just wonder if these 2 reds are a plant. In fact, he's looking at the middle one of the 3 near the black spot.
4.
Nice cannon.
Does have great self-belief, Trump, great confidence, and that's obviously important in a match like this. He will still believe he can win.
Yes, Ronnie edged away in the second session 9-7, and again, of course, yesterday, winning that session 5-4, which has put himself into this position.
Yes, I mean, it's been closely fought. As I said at the start, a 4-4 and 2 5-3s, but when you add it all up, it's 14-10. Trump needed to win, I think, the third session. He played some good snooker, and O'Sullivan struggled, but just couldn't win a couple of the close frames.
24. $25.
Still got 2 open reds here, but then he's going to have to think about the others, especially splitting those 2 near the top cushion. Might do it here.
32.
He's got the angle on the black. Good play on the open red, but, well, try and open them now. Well. Well, he could attack them from the blue, actually, so just stunned down for the blue.
39.
Thought he might have gone into them there, though.
Well, it's not like Trump, is it? He normally does as quickly as he can. He normally develops balls really quickly. So a little bit of caution.
But it's not a bad angle now. Well, he's caught the wrong side of them, but it's not bad. He still has a pot on, and if he can knock this one in, well, yes, okay. The other 2 reds are still available, but this one needs potting. Has he covered that red? I'm not sure. Well, just when he cannoned into those reds from the blue, he caught them the wrong side, if anything. I think Ronnie can see this one. I mean, these 2 lads are playing superbly, Dave, and we've said all the way through the semi-final, it's going to come down to the odd shot here or there.
Very much so, and that could be a very important shot for Trump, that missed red.
Especially now.
Well, didn't he play that well?
6.
This first frame was always going to be important. Ronnie O'Sullivan now favourite to take it.
13.
Yes, and the other thing to note, of course, David, obviously, is that Ronnie's never lost a session in this tournament. I don't think he's going to start now.
Well, he's never been behind in any match.
Well, Judd really
21.
needed this first frame on the board. Looks like he's going to be 5 behind. Ooh,
23.
just wriggled in. Well, Ronnie needs the green and the brown here.
26.
But I don't think Judd will be coming back to the table. And he knows that he had the chance
30.
to take this one. He's going to have to battle even harder now.
Well, it's a long way back from here
35.
against anybody, but against Ronnie O'Sullivan in top form, virtually impossible. Judd Trump just can't afford to miss from now on.
41.
Got to keep this man away from the table. He didn't manage that in the first frame of the afternoon. O'Sullivan needs 2 more to reach the final. He leads now 15-10.
Dikkat et oğlum.
Pas op. Pas op, pas op, pas op.
Attentie in spate, maar.
Nee.
Kom, kalm, kalm.
Schiet, schot, doe maar. Precies.
Kom op.
Follow the score of your favorite team live and find the latest results and features with Eurosport's live score.
Get Eurosport.com for your iPhone free. Every day sees full and expert coverage of sports news with dozens of articles and an easy one-stop video section that lets you live and relive the very best moments of sport. Follow all the scores, fixtures and tables live. Eurosport.com, the reference and sport apps available on the App Store.
Judd Trump breaking off here in frame 26 of a possible 33. He's got to win, well, he's now got to win 7-1, basically, to win the match. He's 15-10 down. There's going to be some recovery. Well, it'll be one of the great recoveries if he were to pull it off. Ronnie O'Sullivan will be determined to kill this off, I'm sure, as quickly as he can. I well remember Ken Doherty beating Paul Hunter from 15-9 down in the semi-finals, but that was a slightly different scenario. It was Paul's first time in the one-table setup. And Ken is a different kind of player to Trump. Didn't go for everything, was tying him up and using a bit of tactical nous.
Ooh, he's got away with that one a little bit. Just looking at a few of the stats actually, David. If Ronnie wins here this afternoon, let's look at Judd. And Ronnie were to go into the final, which tomorrow, which looks likely now, that he would go through the £2 million barrier in prize money just here at the Crucible. And he'd also go through the £7 million barrier overall. But he's done that already, of course, getting into the semis, but
Trump's safety's been good in the tournament, but if you leave O'Sullivan a long red, he's going to tag it on, and so far in the match he's been knocking most of them in.
he hasn't really backed away from anything, has he?
Well, his long potting early on against Marcus Campbell 2 weeks ago now in the first round wasn't great. He's got much better in the tournament, and as I say, now he's certainly potting more than he's missing, and here's another one.
Well, again, the black spot here, a little bit crowded. It's going to have to work these a little, and possibly the blue for the time being after this yellow.
Big difference, really, isn't there, in the pot success? Early 90s is good, 84%, not so great. And for the tournament, look at that. And these have been long matches. 93% for the whole tournament. That is excellent.
Well, he chose to open up another high value colour.
9. Ten.
Could be sitting in that chair again. Well, obviously he's going to have to concentrate on the blue now. And then at some stage try and get the pink and black into play. You just, the way he's been playing, David, every time he comes to the table you just think it's going to be a winning contribution.
Yes, it's like the old days of Hendry and Davis, isn't it? You know, they're just clinical. He does it with, I guess, a little bit more style, but it's the same result in the end.
23.
And he's very much in that group now, in the real greats of the game. If he wins a 5th title, then that propels him right into that company.
But will he have the hunger to try and match Stephen's 7 titles?
26.
Well, only he can answer that.
27.
Just slightly the wrong side of the blue. You can hold the white in the middle of the table or take it around the book colours. Might just hold into the middle. Well, top spin, I think. Trying to get closer, but you always have to avoid those bulk colours. He has still left the red on.
30.
Might go for it. Might knock this in and screw back for the blue. Well, he played to stun it right around. Yes, he wanted to leave the white in the middle of the table, chose to go around and was out of position. So really, an unexpected chance for Judd here. He's going to have to do some with the pink and with something with the pink and black, I should say.
Six. Seven.
Never in doubt. It's hard in mouth time, that. It's hard enough as it is right now for Trump.
Yes, and he's got some work on here as well. This will open up the other red to the opposite corner.
12.
And then after that, well, look where the pink and the black are. He's got one more open red for the blue once more.
13.
Now, if he's underhit that, he can't get to this red. And he also might have to send the cue ball around the table. But at least this time the green's off its spot. So, much easier. He's given himself choices here, but that will be the one down the cushion, I think. It's too close to that cushion for the other one. But at least this will be getting rid of one of the awkward ones. That's a great shot. He's stroked that in. Now he needs to leave himself an angle on this open red to try and probably punch into the black or to the pink. Well, we knew this was going to be a great match between these two, Dave, and it's lived up to its billing.
Yeah, it's been a high standard. Question is, how close can Trump make it?
Now, can you get one of the other colours open here? Might not play it, actually. He might go down for the blue and then play the cannon. Well, that already tells you that he's looking to open these up. And I think the shot he's playing here would be cushion first, onto the red near the black, and a clip off to try and split the pink. That's unlucky.
Yeah, he needs every bit of luck he can get as well, doesn't he? He didn't get it there.
We took a calculated risk and it didn't come off. He's just got too far in behind that first red. He needed to clip that one about quarter ball.
Yellow ball.
He's nominated the yellow. If he hits it, he won't leave anything on, really. I think he's missed it, though. Well, he's missed it by a long way.
Judd Trump 25, Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
Well, he's got options here, Ronnie. Yeah, he's having it put back. As I say, he could let Judd play from there, or play the shot himself.
You want more cushion? Okay, Ronnie?
Well, there's the still frame, and that looks spot on.
Yellow.
Bit more side, but this time is overcompensated. And guess what? I think that might go back again.
Well, is he thinking, shall I put him in from here? Well.
Okay.
Well, it's going back.
I don't think there's any way he's going to play a shot himself.
Well, it's not going back, sorry. He has put him in from there. That's what he's thinking about. I suppose he's thinking, well, he's had 2 goes, he'll probably hit it this time. He'll be in more trouble this way.
Got to get a good contact on this one, though. Ah, that's what he didn't want. That's what Ronnie was looking for. And he's fallen into the trap.
Just shows how well O'Sullivan is thinking. The obvious thing to do there is just put him back in, but he's had 2 goes. He probably hit it the 3rd time. He's forced a mistake and he's got a chance. And he's knocked the red in.
Might play the black here to stun onto the reds. Cued that well. Unlucky. I think that was the right shot, just got the wrong contact.
8.
So Judd has got away with that a little bit. Only 8 scored. It could have been more. Could have been the frame.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 8.
I mean, just look at the thought in that shot and the execution. I mean, straight away, he's got Judd bang in trouble.
That's the thing, it's his all-round game, isn't it? He's potted some great long balls, he's made big breaks, his safety's been good, his temperament's been good, so you put it all together. In fact, he's Ronnie O'Sullivan as well. Makes it virtually unplayable.
Well, he was looking for the same contact, but on the red, not the pink.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 6.
It's nearly a free ball.
Free ball.
Well, welcome viewers on British Eurosport 2, joining coverage of this World Championship semi-final between Ronnie O'Sullivan and Judd Trump. It was 14-10 to O'Sullivan overnight. He's won the first frame. Trump's just fouled to leave a free ball here, so O'Sullivan already nicely in front in this frame. First to 17 wins, so he's in a very strong position to reach his 5th world final.
And that was the last thing that Judd wanted, to leave Ronnie a free ball. Well, not quite far enough for the red near the black, but he has the other one to the centre. Oh, sorry, my apologies. The brown is the red, of course. He's on the pink. Wakey, wakey.
Well, he leads by 36, so a couple of reds here. Should be enough for O'Sullivan to go 16-10 up in a race to 17. Trump did have a chance in the first frame. He's had one in this one as well, but hasn't taken them.
8.
Just looks serene, O'Sullivan, doesn't he? He really does. He looks so good in himself. Regardless of what he said this week, the way he's played is what matters. So one snooker needed.
15.
Yes, and if he knocks this in, this frame is over. It's good. Wow.
16.
At times, in this last fortnight, he's made this game look ridiculously easy.
23.
As that man does, but this guy has been on a different planet, like he was last year. Oh, that's outrageous. That's a naughty one for Ronnie.
Yeah. Well, it's not an exhibition, it's the World Championship semi-final, but he's playing some great stuff, as he has done this whole championship. He's going to need one more frame, he'll be in the final.
33.
So 16-10, Ronnie O'Sullivan leads. Judd Trump will have to win the last 7 frames. Surely it's mission impossible. O'Sullivan 1 frame away from the final.
The freedom to create, read, watch, organize, and share your life on the go. It moves you. The new Galaxy Note 8.0.
Awesome. It's an overused word, but there's no other way to describe this great cathedral as it leaves Earth. And you hear almost nothing. And then after 20 seconds, something really incredible happens. It hits you. This wall of sound.
Here it comes, the great wave of sound. You can actually feel it inside you.
It's going to look like you're well on your way now.
Well, if Trump does win it now, it'll be the greatest comeback ever here, I think. He'll fight to the end, but Ronnie O'Sullivan, a big favourite now. 16-10, it's exactly the start he wanted. Coming out this afternoon, winning the first 2 frames, and needs one more for victory.
Well, the anticipation was here, of course, with everybody within snooker when Ronnie put his entry in A couple of months back, we were wondering whether he was going to be here at all. Well, he's back.
Yes, we could well go through it all next year, I think. Is he going to play or not? I'm sure he will.
Well, I hope he does. I think he'd just, I honestly believe, Dave, that I think he might just target the majors. You know, he doesn't like all of the travelling and stuff, but he will set his stall out for the biggies.
Yes, he's got to a stage in his life and his career where he doesn't have to slog around the circuit, particularly now it's a prize money ranking list as it will be next season. Well, he's going to have a $250,000 if he wins the World Championship here, so that's a head start on everyone else. But the way he's played the tournament, he clearly still enjoys competing. He's tried so hard over the last fortnight. And I do think you have to judge O'Sullivan by how he plays rather than necessarily what he tells the press. Because I speak from experience, it is pretty changeable.
Steve Davis said that the other day, didn't he? Ronnie's pretty changeable. And he said he's like the weather, pretty changeable. Like the weather in the UK, I should say.
Yes, some days it's sunny and some days it's the opposite.
There's a few clouds overhead. But when he puts it all together, there's nobody better. He's a massive box office, no doubt about that. And he came out here determined in the semi-final against his young pretender as well, in Judd Trump. We know that Judd will probably take over the game in the next couple of years, but Ronnie's got a couple of years in him yet, if he keeps playing like this.
Foul in a mix. Judd Trump 4.
Yes, he's having it put back just to see what happens. Of course, if Ronnie plays it again and then misses again, it could get interesting. I think he will play the same shot.
It's okay, Ron.
Well, that's the still frame.
Thank you. Okay, Judd.
Let's see if you can clip it this time. Ah. Far too thick. Doesn't normally play a lot of those actually like that because he's pretty good at those thin clips off the balls. I used to watch him practice in the Premier Leagues before we went on air, David. He'd be 3/4 of an hour just practicing up and down safeties, just chipping off balls, you know.
Well, I think that's a good point you make. He doesn't just turn up, does he, and play. He does put the work in. It's unseen, of course, by the general public, but he does work hard. He is naturally gifted, but he's got to where he is through practicing.
But you still have to deliver the cue properly. If the pink goes, you can drop this in. Just checking that now. Well, I think that might go, but it's tight. But I think there's enough room.
One minute and a half, thinking time.
Well, there was more angle on the red than I first thought, but he might have just dropped on the black here. He did play on the black. He played that, intended to play that cannon, but can he see the black? Well, I think he can. I think he can see enough of that. Well, nothing to lose here for Judd. I mean, he might just take the shackles off and have a go. And you never know. It might work. But it's a tall order. Can't afford any mistakes now.
I suppose if he could win this frame and the next one, there will be an interval. Maybe
16.
he could lock Ronnie in the dressing room or something. Get a couple of dot frames, then you never know, do you?
Throw away the key.
Yeah.
17. $24.
Well, obviously nothing even the great Ronnie O'Sullivan can do from there, but just watch.
Yeah, but he's got 1 foot in the final.
25. $32. 33.
Two weeks we've been here, 2 days to go.
40.
Well, it went in the far side of the pocket, and he's just left himself a little bit short, but he can hold the white in the middle of the table.
$46.
Oh, what's gone wrong? No, don't tell me he's going to attempt to plant here.
54.
And the shot to play is the double to the right centre, I think. He's looking at the plant. There's some distance between these two reds, but depends how he plays the white, because if he plays to the black on the right hand side, he'll leave the red to the centre. Well, I think it's time to close the shot. You might be going for this. Ah, what can you say? Brilliant. Well, a lot of players there want to play down for safety, but he saw the opportunity to pot the red and win the frame.
Yes, he does play a fearless game, Trump, and it's been the making of him. It's also sometimes been his undoing, but when they go in, they go in. He's only 23, even if this year isn't his year, he'll have plenty more opportunities to win the title. Of course, he's already been in a final 2 years ago here. Well, this red is frame ball.
$69.
Well, the old cliche, you take one frame at a time, has dealt with this one. Just a small matter of the next 6 now.
Where's that key?
Could actually have tied the high break there, 1-4-3, but it wasn't on the black. But at least he's won the frame. The match continues. O'Sullivan not there yet. Judd Trump, we know, will give it his all here. The crowd, I think a lot of them want to see this match go close. He certainly does. He now trails 16-11.
Virtually any kind of food waste into an unending source of electrical power for a city? When Emerson takes up the challenge, it's never been done before, simply becomes consider it solved. Emerson.
Crash Bang Wallop. The season has begun explosively with a whirl of spins and collisions. But one man who's made the most of it is Michel Nikier. Watch out for the young guns too as they attack the old guard. And coming up, all the twists and turns of the Hungaro ring, where homegrown Norbert Mikulits will be all fired up to fight off the challengers, just like last year. The unmissable World Touring Car Championship from the Hungaro ring on May the 4th and 5th. To get a ticket, go to FIAWTCC.com.
Well, we've missed the start of this frame, but nothing much has happened yet. Trump's broken off. O'Sullivan sizing up another one from distance. Well, how many of those has he knocked in? It's just relentless. He's been so reliable from this sort of range. And there another one is buried. 68% for long potting after 27 frames of snooker. That's excellent. So he's earned his chance to win it.
6.
He's got a slight angle on this red. I think he might be able to just come back and move that red away from the black here. Not enough though.
7.
It's not bad. Just looking for one chance, of course. This is it.
12.
As we mentioned before, David, he won't want to go into that interval. We've seen things turn around from there at that 15 minutes, you know, he'll want to kill it off here. He doesn't want to start sitting in his dressing room and stewing for 15 minutes, wondering about the next frame.
Yes, I think he would see it as an irritation just as indeed in the quarter-final against Stuart Bingham when he didn't kill it off with a session to spare. He was certainly irritated by that. His main priority this afternoon was to win. I'm sure second on the list was win it before the interval. If he wins this frame, he will have done.
Yeah, somebody that's spoken to somebody recently said that it's like a tennis analogy, isn't it? It's like a rain delay, isn't it, when you're flying? Similar.
90.
That's the one thing we're not going to get at the snooker, thankfully, a rain delay.
Oh, we did in China, though, when the rain stopped play, when they're dripping on the top cushion.
True, I take it back. We did, you're quite right.
That one?
Yeah, quite right.
It was dripping off the lighting rig, wasn't it? First time ever, I think, in the modern game.
Well, of course, we're looking here in Ronnie O'Sullivan at the reigning champion.
Thank you. 25. $26.
Into the pack here. Oh, he's glanced off them. Now he still has the red to the centre. Didn't quite catch them fully. If it had got a good split there, it could have been all over. Just have a look at this. Yes, just half ball on that top red.
O'Sullivan, 31.
That wasn't easy. At 16 all, he might not have taken this on, but it was a chance to win, just stayed out.
Well, Judd would be taking this one on. Great shot. Got the wrong side of the blue, though. I think that one surrendered.
Well, it was a slight kick. I don't believe that graphic, by the way. Ronnie's had more than one kick in the match.
Six.
Well, this is all or nothing. Oh, he's got too much into it. Just look at the backspin there. Well, that was a great shot. Positive. It's amazing how much action he does generate.
Judd Trump, 7.
He won't be best pleased with that because he hasn't got the snooker. I think there was one shot Judd played a couple of seasons ago here at the Crucible. He was about 10 feet away from the red, knocked it into this right corner and screwed straight back to the back cushion. It was unbelievable. Yes, well, he's giving Ronnie a chance here to get the white back to bulk. Well, he's looking to rest on this red, I think. He's had a look at those two reds near the pink spot to make sure there weren't a plant, but if he goes beyond this one, he's left the one down the cushion.
4.
But it's a little bit straight. What he needs to do is probably just clip off the red and black here, bring the black into play. It's Judd that's 20 points behind. Well, he's attacking once more. Oh, did that go in? I missed that, David.
Well, it's not on the table, so here we are. There it is. He's unlucky, really, not to finish on something Still going for his shots, isn't he? If anything, more than ever.
Black. Judd Trump.
That's a pretty good return there.
Well, the Reds all out in the open now, so it's going to be a chance for somebody eventually. But of course, in O'Sullivan's case, it's a chance to kill this match off.
What a bonus that is. And he's got the yellow to the middle if he wants it. There was a possibility of that, but the priority was to get the white into bulk, which he did. Now, the big question is, will he take the yellow on? That would be massive. Yellow. In behind it, I'm sure.
Judd Trump.
That is the correct shot. I think he's left running this red near the black. You can see it. Don't know what he can do with it. But he's likely to get down and knock this in. Get onto a colour. Just look at this. Well, yes, of course, he didn't play that, but he'll take it. 8 hours now. Well, if Ronnie's playing at safety off this red, he's got to avoid the double kiss. Just. Well, that's a great shot. Good shot to get there. Now, if it bounces, he might just leave that same red, which I think he has done. We might see Judd take this on. I think he can see enough of this left-hand red. Here we go. Oh, hang on, hang on. Oh, he's got away with that a little bit. If he cannons into the black full ball, it could have been over. Well, if Ronnie knocks one in, it could still be over. He's looking at this thin cut to the middle. He's got the straight red to the corner, but if the white had stayed at this end, see what he can do here. Got it. Now is he on a colour? He is. Wow, could this be the beginning of the end for Judd Trump? Especially when he plays on the red nearest the pink, frees up the pink. It's looking all over, David.
You would think so, wouldn't you, the way he's played in the match? And he's played well. He's kept his focus all through this long 4-session match against a great talent in Judd Trump, whose time may yet still come at the Crucible. He's only 23 after all. It's been 13 years since anyone appeared in back-to-back finals here. Mark Williams was the last player to do it. It's been 17 years since anyone defended the title. That was Stephen Hendry in 1996.
14.
Whoever comes through the other match, though, Sullivan, if he does win it here, he's going to be a big favourite. Check of the scoreboard, he's 38 in front. Red and a colour should secure it.
21.
Just a couple of frames either way in a couple of sessions that went against Judd, and that really made the difference. It's been a cracking semi-final between these two. But overall, it's Ronnie that's made the fewer mistakes.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And one more red to secure it. Trump, I think, now knows it's over. The fans are already celebrating. They're going to see their man in the two-day final, best of 35, first to 18. Every department is on song for O'Sullivan. Judd Trump will have to wait another year to win this World Championship. There's the concession. So it's Ronnie O'Sullivan once again in the World Championship final. The Crucible crowd on their feet for the defending champion. Resumed leading 14-10, and he has won it before the interval. He's won 3 of the 4 frames played here. So Ronnie O'Sullivan will attempt to win the world title for a 5th time. He's beaten Judd Trump 17-11. These are the statistics in the end, and of course he was in front on most of them. Safety still for Trump, but all the other stats favoured O'Sullivan really, and pot success, he always kept that sort of 5 or 6% lead over Trump throughout the match. The long potting was excellent. Look at that, 69%, so 7 out of 10, and he took a lot on, we know that, throughout the course of the match. And well, he did exactly what he wanted. He got the match killed off quickly. He can relax now. He can hope the other match is a long one tonight. Ricky Walden and Barry Hawkins, of course, coming back 12 each, but Ronnie O'Sullivan is through, a 17 frames to 11 winner here.